Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Tony Speaks Morning Show. I'm Tony T. We're with you every day at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time, giving out live replays for today's card. And on today's show, a picture here from the NFL. 2 more divisional round games set to go. Also picks from the NBA that give us a 6-game card. Handful here from college basketball as well as the NHL. And, of course, looking forward to tomorrow's national championship game here from college football. So pretty good next couple of days here of sports coverage. And what we ask for you guys, you can do kindly is give us that like, that thumbs up. We greatly appreciate it. It really helps to build up our audience. And hey, set those notifications if you would, so you can be notified when we have our live show release. 5 live shows over our channel here on Tony Speaks YouTube channel. And of course, all of them at Chat Interact. And of course, you want to make sure you hit that subscribe button to subscribe to our content and set notifications. So what we'll do here is introduce the cappers and get right to business because we don't mess around here on the Tony Speaks Morning Show. Chris, how's it going?
Oh, been better. 0-3 day there. Was on the wrong side of everything yesterday. Had Arkansas. Thought they'd come into Georgia and take care of that. Did not. Had the Spurs. They let Anthony Edwards get 55 points and come back and blew that cover. And then I don't know what the hell happened to the 49ers, but they're out of it, thankfully, I guess. They didn't cover it all. Didn't even come close. So, yeah, I definitely need to bounce back today from it. Just a rough overall Saturday there.
There you go. Over there with Chris. Say hello. El Nino, Sal, what's going on? You're on mute, Al.
Was on the wrong side of the NFL and decided to try a soccer play against. I'm trying to avoid those, and those draws can definitely kill you. But yeah, at least the NBA went right for me, so that felt a little better. Went 2-3 yesterday, so looking for a bounce back today.
Very good. Alessandro, what's going on?
What's up, guys? Rough day at college hoops. I mean, my gosh, I was like in the dumps, especially after the Bills blew that one as well. But we turned it around a little bit, pro sports wise. The Suns got it done for us. We did get on those Seahawks -7. Love it. Absolute blowout winner. I don't know. Just up and down day. But pro sports wise, it was very well. But college was just an unspeakable day, actually. So ready to get into it. That's all I got to say.
Let's bounce it back here today. Yeah, look at bounce it back here. Yeah, the NFL, my premium went down here like the Dogs yesterday. Didn't get it done. I was really upset with that Bills game. I still thought it was catching down by contact. That interception play still, and of course the interceptions. Again, I grew up in an era when referees would turn the other way and try not to see those plays and not call them. But now they want to flag everything. I guess, hey, listen, they're under that scrutiny. They got to call it. They got to call it. And it's ticky tack. It's ticky tack. At the end of the day, that's what it is. But anyway, tough to see games end like that, especially how good it was. But again, Buffalo had no excuses. They made a lot of mistakes there too. So you can't just blame it all on the calls. But it does hurt when it happens at the end of the game. And of course, yeah, no show for the. It was downhill for all downhill for Seahawks. The 49ers, a whole uphill battle. Again, why are you kicking off? Just kick the ball in the end zone. We don't need. I don't understand why they kick the ball off to these guys. If you're running a straight line, all it takes is one missed tackle, and you can see what happens on these run backs, right? I mean, it's just to me, it's the worth is not risk the gamble to let these guys return the football. But anyway, we'll turn the page. Yeah, I missed the football with the 49ers. Split it with college. I missed it there with Indiana, but I did have St. John's to get it done. So we'll get to it here, guys. Weather will be the news today in these games. Houston, New England, to kick it off here at 3 Eastern. 82% chance of snow, 33 degrees, very light wind there in New England. Just a lot of snow on the ground. Patriots there are going to be favored by 3. There's some hooks out there as well, total 41. Rams and Bears, here you go. This one here, 21 degrees, 17 mile per hour wind to the southwest, 56% chance of snow. So we could see some bad weather. LA, listen, man, I've seen it many times. Rams, if you go back and look at the old footage of the Rams in the history from the 60s, the 70s, to the 80s, they always great regular seasons, but they always find themselves on the road in either Minnesota, Green Bay, or wherever it is, and they get pounded in the playoffs. Elimination. It's always been that has been their blueprint for the history of this team, going into cold weather in playoff temperatures in December and January and getting beat. We'll see if that happens. We'll see if history repeats this. This would definitely reverse the trend if the Rams were able to win a game in this condition in the playoff. We'll see. At least 40 years ago, they went into that Bears and got pounded there But again, it's always a concern with this team with their history going into these cold weather cities. We'll see how it rolls. We'll start it off here with Chris.
You're looking at this Texans-Patriots game, 40.5 is what I've got for the total. I'm going to go under. I mean, look at this Houston defense doing pretty well. Both teams holding teams to about 16, 17 points a game, holding the pass pretty well there. So I'm going to take under in that one. I think we see a lower scoring matchup. Rams-Chicago. I'm taking the 3.5 with the Chicago Bears. Might put me through the cardiac thing there again there. I think it comes down. I like that hook. So I'll take the 3.5 with the Bears.
There we go with Chris. We move on over to El Ninos.
Yeah, I'll take slightly. Again, that no win there in New England kind of worries me a little bit. But again, I'll stick to the under in that one. And I'll look at the under here in the Rams Bears one. Again, that wind picking up with the snow. I think it's going to be a rough game for these offenses trying to get it going, especially big explosive plays, right? Unless you get a defender slipping or something like that. But yeah, that wind is hard to ignore there in Chicago. So I'll take the under in that one. And well, if you believe in scripts, you should know this script for this game by now. So I'll leave that to you guys, but under in both games for me.
There we go with Ninos. Move on over to Alessandro.
Oh, yeah, I'll actually go to the under as well in that Patriots and Texas game. Just expect both defenses to show up. Still not sold on both quarterbacks either, May or C.J. Stroud, especially in a big playoff game like this. Two defensive-minded coaches. Texans pass rush, that's the real deal. We'll see if May steps up here at home against an elite defense like this. Interested to watch that one. Do have a pick on the side there on the site if you want to scoop that up. And then I'll give you guys the Bears. It's bear down season here. Inclement weather here for Matt Stafford. He is getting up there in age. I get it, had 46 touchdown passes this year, but I don't know if he's doing that in this weather versus this Bears defense. I get it. Bears defense not that great, but I think I don't know. It's the Bears' time. That's how I look at it there. I think the Bears get it done. Run the ball, run the ball, run the ball.
There we go here with Alessandro here. Tell you what I think about these games here. Yeah, I'll look at the points with Texans. And again, these could be two close games. You're coming off a really good rushing performance there last game out. They are on a short week here. We don't really seem to talk about these short weeks here in playoffs. It seems to be more of a big deal during the regular season. Maybe because these teams have more time off during the regular season, right? But we saw both teams, if I'm not mistaken, yesterday, both teams on short weeks lose, right? The 49ers were on a short week, and I believe it was Buffalo. Were they on a short week? Did they play the set?
They were. They were,
right? Yeah, both teams on the short week get beat. Although Buffalo put up a really good fight, though, there in an even game after 4 quarters. But yeah, I'll look at Houston here at the plus price. That Texas team is just the defense has put me on them here. Look, I mean, both teams are winning games. I mean, look, 10-game winning streak for Houston. Patriots won 14 of 15. These teams are just playing well coached here as well. New England 3-2 against playoff teams. And looking at Houston here, they have won. They're 5-4 here against playoff teams. They've won 4 straight against playoff teams entering this game. So they're in very good form here. Houston defense on the road giving up 14 points a game, 3.5 yards per rush, 5.7 yards per pass attempt. Has New England seen a defense like this season? Yeah, that puts me on Houston here, plus 3.5. I'll look at the Texans in that one. Yeah, listen, my brain is wired. I mean, I know the Ram history, being a Ram fan. I've seen part of it in my life. Some of this stuff was before I was born. But my mind is wired when the Rams go on the road in cold weather in the playoffs to go against them. My brain is not wired to go any other way than that. I've just seen so much disappointment from this team in road playoff games. I watched the old NFL films of the 60s, the 70s, and the Rams, great team during the regular season. Oh, they're going to Minnesota. Oh, they're going to go into Green Bay. And guess what? They're knocked out of the playoffs. And that's kind of usually what happens. And the way they looked last week against Carolina, that defense did not look good. We saw them in Atlanta look terrible. Again, I made a comment once, I think, on the ESPN show. This team chokes on its own saliva. They just find a way to choke games this year. No one really talks about it, but the games they lost, what do you got there, Sandro?
Yeah, 2 things. I wasn't trying to cut you off. Just Rod talking about May being number 2 quarterback versus the blitz. Patriots had what, a last place schedule this year? You're talking what, Bengals, Jets twice, Giants were in there their last 7 games. Obviously, May looked great, put up MVP like numbers. I'm just questioning the strength of schedule this year for the Patriots. Possible rude awakening right here. That's all I've say. Possibly giving out my pick here, but it is what it is. Just have to touch base on that.
Yeah, you go there. But yeah, again, my mind is not wired to take the Rams in cold weather and playoff games. It's just not. So I'm going to go ahead and look at the Bears here. There are some stats that worry me about this Rams team. Over the past month, they're giving up 5.8 yards per rush. The Bears over the past month averaging 27 points a game with 284 yards passing, 7.2 yards per pass attempt. And it didn't take very long for a USC guy to get used to the cold, and Caleb Williams, right? It didn't take that long to do it, but they're able to do it. The Rams defense has given up 27 points or greater in 4 of their past 5 games. Listen, I know you ask a lot about Matt Stafford, but man, this defense isn't giving help. These conditions worry me. The play of the Rams defense worries me. And exactly what our man Ron Hahn says, I'm worried about the Rams defense. That's exactly what I'm saying there. How the hell do you fall behind against Carolina in the final 2 minutes of a game, of a playoff game? This is everyone's favorite team. Oh, the Rams are the greatest team of the year. I heard a lot of people talk about. To me, I've always thought all season long they've been overrated. You've heard me say that. I think this is an overrated team, overhyped team. Hell, they didn't even win the division, guys. Seattle looked the part to me. But anyway, I'll look here at the Bears plus the points. All right.
Rams with the 19th ranked run defense. That's why I'm saying pound the ball, pound the ball, pound the ball. If you're the Bears, we don't even have to put it in Caleb Williams' hands. I don't know. That's where I'm looking at that game. What Stafford's getting up there in age. Anybody seen that movie, Any Given Sunday? I'm going to call him Cap Rooney out there. His wife's pushing him out on the field. We need one more year out of you, Matt. We need one more year out of you. She blabs her mouth on the podcast. Yeah, I'm not expecting a good performance out of Stafford today, bottom line.
There you go, Flair from Alessandro there. Very strong opinion there from Alessandro. I'm with you there, buddy. I mean, it's just, again, but I like it. I just look at the weather situation here just for my history of this Rams team. All right, we'll continue here on Cow Dog. I think you got one more week. We'll see how it goes when you go to Seattle. Saying, all right, here we go. Here on the Tony Morning Show. We'll turn our attention over to the NBA. It is a 6-game card. Let's do 2 blocks of 3 here in this NBA for today. I guess they're still in Europe here. Magic and Grizzlies. They play Germany, then they go to the O. Is it the O? That's the UFC arena. They do wrestling there. I think they do baseball. I think there's a lot. Very, very popular arena in London here. Magic Grizzlies. We've got the Magic still for a neutral court. But remember, Germany's not too far away from England, so the Franz brothers are up. We'll talk about the Franz brothers in a second here. Orlando 4, total 231. That is a neutral site game in London. Pelicans and Rockets. Rockets now up to 13.5 from an opener of 12.5, total 230.5. Nets and Bulls. It's the Bulls 6.5, total 220. We'll take a look at the injury report here for these games. Orlando and the Magic of Castleton, Suggs are out. Howard are both questionable. Oh, yes, the Franz brothers are not on the injury report. That might happen when they get back to the States, though. Just wondering there. On the Memphis side, we got Clark, Edey, Jerome Pippen out. Aldama questionable. Morant there is probable. We go over to Brooklyn and Chicago. We got Highsmith, Porter, Powell, and Zion Williams. Not to be confused with Zion Williams, what I do sometimes in my videos. Zion Williams here is out here for Brooklyn. On the Chicago side, we got Gideon Collins out. I'm sorry, Collins is out. Giddey has been upgraded to doubtful, if you can call that an upgrade. But Williams there is questionable. And let's see, one more game to cover here. It's the Pelicans and Rockets. It is Alvarado, Jones, and Murray out for New Orleans. Van Fleet is out. Easton there is questionable for Houston. We get to start here with Chris.
Yeah, definitely a rough start to the NBA card here today. I'm gonna go against my Grizzlies. I hate to do that, but I mean, last game 111 to 118 there. They kind of let it go there at the last little bit. It was back and forth, pretty good all the way through there, but Magic still got it done there. I think the Wagner brothers there like to be overseas, home country type situation there. I think Memphis is ready to be back home in the States. Here, also going to take the over. I think they raised it by 3 points in this one last time we got over it. I think we do it again. I think we get up and over 230.5 in that matchup. The Nets, Bulls, a way different line than what we saw the other day, where the Nets were 1.5 favorites. Now the Bulls are 6.5 favorites. I don't know. Give me an over in that one too. I don't want to touch a side. That's another ridiculous game there. And if I had to lean anything, I would go the Rockets at home, but that's just way too much for me to lay.
There we go with Chris. We move on to El Ninos.
Yeah, looking like Morant's back in the lineup for this one. And I wonder if they got this the Grizzlies listed as the home team now. Maybe the Brits will be rooting against the Germans in this one. I don't know. But but I still like the Magic to get the job done here. Morant or not, obviously I expect him to play. Don't like it as much now that he is playing, but hey. And if you haven't seen that, they did Morant pretty dirty there. Clipping a couple shots at him with the Eminem's 8 Mile freestyle there. So if you haven't seen that yet, it's pretty funny. Anyway, back to basketball. I agree. I think the Rockets are laying too many points. We're trying to find a way to back them. I think Rockets to win both halves would be a better play. Laying seeing about -130. So not a great play, but I think that's the play here as far as the spread's concerned. I'd take a small lean to the Pelicans, but again, I would not go nuts with that either.
There with Alnitos. Move on over to Alessandro.
I like the Magic as well. I'll lay the 4.5. We were on them last time. I get it. A lot of talk about the Wagner brothers, but Desmond Bain also going against his former team here, expecting to step up big night, like his over in his points prop. And I like the Magic. We'll lay it short number. I kind of do like the Brooklyn Nets, though, plus the 6.5. I get it. They won last time outright. What do you call it? Michael Porter being out. Yeah, we'd like to have him in. Cam Thomas still going to come off the bench. You got a Danny Wolf, Noah Clowney, Nick Claxton, plenty enough pieces to me to back the Nets here plus the 6.5. So I like that. And Pelicans, Houston, yeah, I'll stay away from touching the spread in this one. I do like the over. 6 out of the last 9 games for Houston for New Orleans have gone under, actually. And for Houston, 8 out of the last 9 have gone under. So actually some defense has been being played recently. But if you look the last 2, it was 140 to 117, a 130 to 128 type game. The other one, I expect both of these teams to get up and down when they face each other. They just do. A lot of young pieces on the Pelicans, a lot of energy. Derek Queen, Zion Williamson. I can get on an over 231 in New Orleans and Houston.
Man, I got to tell you, if Derek Queen can be good, you can get a nice Dairy Queen job there, brother. You could probably get a nice endorsement from Dairy Queen. That would fit, especially the NBA crowd. I'm going to go, especially because it's young, because they can eat that stuff at that age. I'm going to go here with. I think the hooligans, the Germans. I mean, I don't know what I'm saying. Hooligans. Probably not the right word. I think the English fans are more hooligan than German fans. But I think the German fans knew a long time ago this game. These tickets were sale. I think they scooped them up. So I think the Germans got on the train, got over the old arena, and they'll be filling out that stand, cheering on their rolling parlay with Memphis on Friday and Memphis here on. Orlando on Friday and Orlando here on Sunday with the rolling parlay. So I'm going to go ahead and take Orlando, lay it in this one. Memphis have missed the cover. The 7 of 9 poor shooting is the cause here, and I'm looking here at them in that spot. I just don't want to lay points with any of these 2 games. Really interest me here with the Bulls or the Pelicans here. There's just, to me, I like the favorites, but I don't want to lay these numbers. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Morning Show, closing out NBA with these final 3 here: Hornets and Nuggets. It's the Nuggets lane 1, total 228.5. Trailblazers and Kings. This is the Kings here, 2.5, total 228.5. Raptors and Lakers. Man, we didn't even bother to switch the game on our poker game, but we saw the score in the Laker game. We said, forget it, just leave it on the replay on NFL Network. We didn't want to see this disgusting Lakers already down like 10, 11 in the second half. It was disgusting. Raptors here, 1.5 in this one, total 223. These are your back-to-back games here. Both teams back-to-back here with Hornets Nuggets. It's Portland, the back-to-back team. The Lakers, the back-to-back team here. So let's take a look here at the injury reports for these games here. Hornets in Denver. Hornets trying to close out a road trip. Put Plumlee out. Diabate, they're questionable, but keep your eye there because Charlotte is your back-to-back team. And Nuggets as well. Without Bates, Johnson, Jokic, Valanciunas out. Braun there is questionable. Keep your eye on Jamal Murray there and Aaron Gordon. These guys are – Gordon is coming off injuries. Murray is injury prone. Probably going to have to carry a lot for this team. Keep an eye on the injury reports before we tip off time for this game. Portland and Sacramento here. Your back-to-back team, Portland, has Wesley Thibault out, Murray and Scoot. Hey, Scoot's been upgraded to doubtful here. They're doubtful for Scoot, doubtful for Murray. Williams and Avija there are questionable. Keep your eye on Avija. I don't believe he played yesterday, so he's questionable there. For Sacramento, it's no Murray, it's no Stevens. Keon Ellis, they're questionable. For Toronto and LA, the rest of Toronto Raptors here, no RJ Barrett, no Hepburn, no Podol, and no Walter. Quickly and Battle are both questionable. For the back-to-back Lakers here, it is Reeves and Tiro out. Ayton, Doncic, Hayes, Smart are all questionable there. No tag on LeBron, but there is still a lot of time left for that to happen. Yet. So maybe the sciatica comes out during the after lunch. Let's see how the sciatica happens after lunch. If he has some inflammatory foods, expect the sciatica to come up, to spark up. So if he's watching the football game like he likes to do, LeBron, and he's having some bad food, maybe that'll spark the sciatica. We'll see. We'll start here with Chris.
You're looking at the Hornets, Nuggets. Even though people are out on the Nuggets, man, they've just found a way. You're getting a short number with them there. Could be tricky, but I'm going to still lean Nuggets there, 1.5 at home. In that one, Trailblazers, Kings, that's just an ugly situation on both sides there. I hate backing the Kings, but I mean, they've got several in a row here at home that they've covered. But I mean, Portland does pretty well in back-to-backs, go all the way back to 2025 season. They're 17-2 on a back-to-back. So I'd lean Trailblazers just for the letdown there for the Kings streak to come to an end there, but definitely not betting. It's pretty ugly. The Raptors, Lakers, I'm going to go with the Raptors -1.5. I think LeBron's just getting in the way this year. When he's out there, I don't know, it seems to be a little bit he just seems to be in the way. I mean, when Doncic is out there, they're up. When he comes in, they go to a negative rating. So either if he plays or not, I mean, I'd rather take the Raptors there, especially on a back-to-back. But I don't know. I don't know what's going on with LeBron this year, so just going to have to watch that. So his sciatica may act up. But we go back to what we said the other day. If he misses any more, he can't partake in anything if they were to make the playoffs or anything post-run. So we'll be watching him, but especially if Doncic is out, I just can't back the Lakers.
There we go here from Chris. We move on to Al Ninos.
Yeah, I was actually looking at the Hornets here. They are on the sorry, 1 second. Yeah, they are on the back-to-back here, but again, it's a young group that's done well in that spot, coming in at 7-1 ATS on no rest. So kind of like them. I think they get a little added motivation, not having to face Jokic too. So pretty good spot, I guess, for them to pick up a win against the Nuggets. Kind of leaning that way again. Not too strong here of a play. Still 7-1, all you want, but it's hard to keep up those numbers to begin with, and always got to be careful on those back-to-backs. So a small lean to the Hornets there. And in that late one, I'm going to go against my Lakers. We saw this line move already through 0, and actually might get worse by the time this one tips off, especially if Doncic ends up sitting this one out. Kind of feel like he might play, though, after sitting out last night. But again, still the Lakers on the back-to-back here. I think the Raptors come and make the most of the situation and get the job done. So I'll take the Raptors there.
Yeah, from Al Ninos on over to Alessandro.
All right, I'll give all of these games here. I was on Charlotte last night plus the 3. Now it's turned into like a buy low opportunity with the Nuggets. If I'm being honest, my stomach's turning looking at this game. I kind of want some of these guys to start sitting out for the Nuggets. But their G League team has come in and done some things. We've made some money on this Nuggets G League team. I decided to fade them tonight. I'm a little worried about it, if I'm being honest. But I like the over in that game, too. I do think defense optional in this one. I get it. The Hornets trend to the under. But they haven't had LaMelo Ball, Concaniapol, Brandon Miller, and Miles Bridges all playing together really all year long. This is one of the first stretches where they're all playing together. We're still dealing with a battered Denver Nuggets team here on the back-to-back, and also possibly looking ahead to the Lakers, who they play next. So that's what got me on the Hornets. But again, that's probably my least confident of my picks today. Trailblazers, Kings, I actually like the Kings here. I think they keep it rolling, especially if Avija doesn't play. That's a huge piece for the Trailblazers. Kings have just been rolling right along. It's a short number to lay. I'm not mad at laying it -2.5 with the Kings here. Learned my lesson from the other night, is what it is. And then what do you call it? Raptors and Lakers. Bad news, man. I'm on the Raptors as well. So we might get some injury report shenanigans here. Doncic might come in last minute here and drop 50 points on us and completely ruin our nights. I think that's the only way the Lakers get it done. I like the Raptors here. Scotty Barnes still, Brandon Ingram against his former team. Also a revenge angle. They did lose to the Lakers 123-120 back in December there. I think that was in Toronto. So now on the road against the Lakers, I think a revenge spot. Again, I could also say the Lakers looking ahead to the Nuggets. I'll get on the Raptors.
There we go with Alessandro. Tell you what I think about these games here. I'm going to take here Denver here with the short number. They've won 6 of 7 with really good defense. The issue I have with Charlotte here is this is their last game of a long road trip. And I don't like when these road trips end in Denver or Utah, these high elevation spots. So I'm just going to look at Denver. I've seen it too many times. When these teams finish in Denver, it doesn't end up well. I think at least the Nuggets are acclimated to the high elevation here. They didn't have to travel. Charlotte has to travel, and they're thinking about getting back home to their girlfriends because they got a lot of young guys over there. So, the young guys, they miss their girlfriends. They're not old enough to have girlfriends in every city. They're just too young right now. So I'll take Denver here and lay it in that one. The Tankings have missed the memo, I guess. So I'm going to take them here to cover this number. They have the rest advantage here. They've shot the ball well, 50%, 46% from 3. Maybe they're trying to build up trade value for their veterans. We talked about that with Brooklyn the last couple of years, building up trade value. That might be the case here. Some teams may be that desperate, want to poach some of these Kings guys on bad contracts. Hey, some of these GMs we know aren't the smartest guys. They would rather make a bad trade to save their job than to do nothing. That's how I look at Nico's situation. Action keeps you employed at least another year. That's it. I'll take the rest advantage Kings here. And I don't know, man. I heard this wild thing yesterday at my poker game with some people in the nose that LeBron wants to play 2 more years, retire in 2028 because he wants to carry the flag in the Olympics or be the guy that light the torch. I can see it. I can see it because, we saw with Muhammad Ali, we saw with these guys with the sprinter. You go down in legacy that you can light the torch or you can carry the flag for the Olympics in LA. I could see it, man. I could see LeBron playing another 2 more years, retire in 2028, and then be the flag bearer for the Olympics. It made perfect sense to me. It made total sense to me. So we could see another 2 more years after this shot. Not in LA, but maybe with the Clippers. Who knows where, if he can find a spot, because I know LeBron wants to carry the flag for the Olympics. So we'll see. Or light the torch. Remember Muhammad Ali lighting the torch? Or you can see LeBron lighting the torch. Yep, that's, he should, but hey, if he can put up the numbers, someone will take him. And if he can make the Olympic team as a bench guy, then he'll be the guy carrying the flag. That's what he wants to do. So we might have to see LeBron's last year in 2028. That will lead right into the 2028 Olympics in July, August, whenever they play him, and that'll be his last time you see him will be in the Olympics. So that seems to be the script, like it or not.
I know he's obsessed with Jordan, so I wouldn't be surprised to see him end his career in Washington. And Washington's about one of the worst franchises and stupid enough to do it. Him and Trae Young out there jacking some shots up.
That would make sense. They need to sell. He would sell some seats, sell some jerseys. Just think how many Washington jerseys with LeBron on there. That would be the thing. But we could see LeBron here playing 2 more years, be the flag bearer for the Olympics. I like the over in Toronto, LA. To go over. Raptors have gone over in 3 of 5. Lakers in their past 2 weeks shooting 48%, but giving up 49% shooting. We saw them in that back-to-back somehow, some way, drink some protein shakes or do some whatever to get that energy to beat Atlanta. Remember the Atlanta game? They put up a ton of points, didn't care about defense. Maybe this will be the case.
That was an injury report rig right there. They completely pulled the chair out from us. They might do it to us tonight, but I'm on the Raptors.
There you go. Yeah, that's what you got to worry about. That's why I was going to look at the Raptors. Raptors on the West Coast, young guys out there out west, but LA could just be on one of those all offense, no defense mindsets here and just go nuts. So I'll look at them in that spot. All right, let's continue here on the Tony X Morning Show. Continuing on, moving over to college hoops here. A Sunday card. We'll knock it off in 2 blocks here. Let me get the numbers up. Here we go. Block 1, we're going to cover the games here from noon Eastern and include the 2 Eastern. So the noon Eastern include the 2 Eastern. Notable games here, not very many. Penn State, Maryland here. Maryland 2.5 at home. We got Oakland, Green Bay. The Gottliebs are the home dogs here. This one's come down. I saw 3.5 threes. They're gone. I'm seeing 2.5s pop up for Oakland favorite there. Wichita State, South Florida. South Florida 9 in that one. We start here in block 1 with Chris.
Yeah, we'll touch on this Penn State Maryland game there. I'm going to take the points with Penn State there. They've just been shooting the ball pretty well overall. 47% field goal there. They shoot threes pretty well. Maryland not 39% field goal percentage and 31 from threes. So I'll take the plus points there with Penn State. Another one I'm looking at 2:00 is Charlotte and East Carolina. My Pirates. Apologize. I'm not back. I haven't backed East Carolina all year. They're just not good at home. So we'll take the 1.5 there with Charlotte to get it done.
There we go with Chris. Move on over to El Ninos.
Yeah, that's the one I kind of only liked in this slot as well. Not that Charlotte's been great on the road, just 2-3 on the road, but I think this is a spot they should be able to handle here. They've been shooting the ball pretty well. And I like with Charlotte as well here on the road.
From Ninos on over to Alessandro.
I like FAU here laying now 3. It was at 1.5. That's what I believe I got it at. 8-1 against the number last 8 games. FAU actually struggled last 3 meetings head-to-head versus Temple. I think they turned that around, though. Finally get themselves a cover versus Temple. I'm on the other side. I like Maryland here. Can't get on Penn State. They're on a 1-7 run in their last 8 games. You look how they've played against the Big Ten, 6 straight Big Ten losses. Also 1-4 on the road versus Maryland in the last 5 occasions. Laying a short number with those Terrapins. Got no problem doing that. I like Army as well, getting some points here with the military school. I like it here on a Sunday. We'll fade American. Get the plus 6.5 there with Army. Last year's meeting, 76-69 Army. I'll argue both teams have taken a step back this year. So, I don't know. I'll grab the points there with the home dog. And I also like Charlotte. ECU losers of 5 straight, 3-7 in their last 10 games. Short number to lay with Charlotte. I'll do it.
Yeah, they're from Alabama. Yeah, I can't argue on that Penn State game. They let that soft-ass UCLA team go in there and beat them. I can't argue that one at all. All right, I'll give me the Golden Gottliebs. I'm gonna take them, man. They've won 7 of 8. Great shooting. Oakland over the past 2 weeks, just 32% from 3. Oakland is 7th in effective field goal shooting in the Horizon, just 33% from 3. The Gottliebs, the way they've been playing right now, he quit. When he quit his radio show, that's when we started to see this upswing from the Golden Gottliebs. I think he thought, hey, you know what? This thing might work in college basketball. Let me get rid of this radio career. I can make more money in college if I'm good. But he's got the Phoenix 7 of 8 with great shooting. Give me Green Bay here at the +3, 2.5 in some spots now as we speak. Let's continue on here on the Toix Morning Show. Closing out college with the final games in this block. We're going to cover the games at 3 Eastern all the way to the last game on the board at 7 Eastern. In this block, Tulsa UAB with UAB 2, North Texas Tulane 1.5. We got Arizona State Houston 17.5. And your last game on the board at 7 Eastern, Washington State and San Francisco. The Dons are down from 6 to 5.5 in spots, total 144.5. We go over to Chris.
Yeah, only one I'm looking at this is Arizona State and Houston, 144.5. Give me over that. I think even if Houston has to do the heavy lifting there with most of it, I know Arizona State can still contribute, so I'll take up and over that total.
Go with Chris on over to El Ninos.
Yeah, a couple I kind of looked at here now. Maybe on the wrong side of this one with money coming in on the home team here, but slight lean to Tulsa there for me on the road. They've just been shooting lights out, so I think they can keep that up. It'll be hard for UAB to keep up with, so small lean to Tulsa there for me, which should be another pretty good game here. North Texas at Tulane. I'll back the home team here in Tulane, 8-3 at home. North Texas just 1-4 on the road, so I'll go with Tulane there. And last but certainly not least, I also like San Francisco there at home, 7-2. On the other side, you got Washington State coming in at just 1-5 on the road, so I'll take San Francisco and lay the points with them there.
From El Ninos on over to Alessandro.
All right. I'm going to go to this giant spread here. UTSA and Memphis. I'll be ballsy enough to touch UTSA, who's just been abysmal. I mean, 10 straight losses, 3-12 to the number, just straight burning money this year. 1-9 against the number as an underdog here. And they're catching 15, 20, 35 points. They can't cover a spread to save their life. I think they do it here against Memphis. Memphis looking ahead to Tulsa. Tulsa's 14-3 this year, doing some big things. I could argue Memphis is looking ahead. The big guy, Aaron Bradshaw, possibly not playing as well, evens the size here because UTSA doesn't have much size. They got a 6'8", 180-pound power forward who's a freshman. Stream being, I mean, he just needs to bulk up, this kid. But I'll take the plus 21.5. I don't know. I feel like UTSA can't compete. 2 years ago, I know it's 2 years ago, having to really do some research in this one. They were 19-point underdogs versus Memphis. They lost that game 107-101 as a 19-point dog. I'm not going to say we're going to see 200-something points between these two teams, but I think UTSA here plus to 22, plenty enough value. Look, the last 5 games, too, they've been blown out, haven't covered in their last 5 games. Blown out. Lost by 40 to FAU. Yeah, it's ugly, but I'm on UTSA. And Houston here, we're going to lay it. Not the number I wanted. I wanted like 12 or 13, and now this thing's up to 18. You look last year's meeting, Houston got it done 80-65 in Arizona State. Now we're in our home arena here. Kelvin Sampson's boys, obviously one of the better defensive teams in the country. Number 2 defensive rated. Last 5 games, averaging 57 points per game allowed. Arizona State struggles to get to 60 in this one, and I think Houston can name their number. Expecting a bounce back from these guards as well. Emmanuel Sharp, Milos Uzan, those shooting numbers are going to start going the other way. Give me Houston here, huge at home. And then that last game, San Francisco, I was looking at, right? Something tells me Washington State finally gets themselves an outright win. 20 straight losses outright as a dog. So they can't win on the money line as a dog to save their life, Washington State. I don't know. Something tells me this is finally the spot. They do it. They're not bad. 8-11 this year. Actually a pretty tough non-conference schedule on Washington State standards. They show up here. Money line, Washington.
There you go. They're not bad. They're just below average. That's all you can say about that, right? There you go. So get a little upgrade from bad. That's your upgrade from bad. Yeah, speaking of bad, I was looking at Memphis. You mentioned them. Penny Hardaway's teams already through 4 conference games, last in the conference in turning the ball over, and near the bottom and hitting free throws. That's been the blueprint for Penny Hardaway over there. It's just can't seem to get it right. Yeah, I think I'm going to go under in that Arizona State-Houston game. I think Arizona State's going to face a battle here with this Houston defense. Cougars have gone under in 5 straight. I realize Arizona State has been an over team, but again, in shooting the basketball, there's 12th in effective field goal shooting, 27% from 3, 74% at the line. But Houston's numbers in conference, this is surprising me. Houston in the Big 12 this year, shooting the basketball, although they are tops in defensive efficiency, but they're last in effective field goal shooting in the conference. That is correct. This Houston Cougars team, through 4 conference games this year, sit last in the conference in shooting. 29% from 3, 50% inside. They're going to try and get by on defense, but the shooting numbers have been very disappointing for Houston this year in their 4 conference games. So I'll go under in that one, and I'd be concerned about them in the tournament because, yes, I know they play great defense, but the way they're shooting, they're going to be, we know what happens to some of these teams that all these good defensive teams that can't shoot. They go through those scoring droughts in the tournament and they get knocked out. People thought this Houston team can be this championship team. With this shooting, you're going to be a knockout because the deeper you go, you're going to have to make shots. And we've seen teams like with this profile winning but not shooting well go through those scoring droughts and get knocked out in the tournament. So unless Houston's going to have to get better shooting, or else they could win the conference, but they could probably not even get to the Final Four. Maybe get the Elite 8 knockout if you can't shoot the basketball. All right, let's continue here on the 20 Morning Show. I'm going under in that game with Arizona State, Houston. All right, let's look at the hockey for today. Of course, Daily Dangle coming up with Rod today, 1 Eastern time. Throw a rundown in the hockey with his guest. Let's see who we got for today. Hockey's. We have 3 games on the board, so just give us what you got here. We added Chris to this by accident, but he said I'll take it on over to Chris.
Yeah, I do player props. You guys know I'm not ready for the side yet. That's more of these guys. But give you a couple player props I looked at outside of the hit list last night. David Perrin with the Senators. He's at plus 525 for a goal. Take him. He looks decent, just slightly out of my system for the hit list, but I'll give him here. Does look good there. And Anthony Ciarelli with the Lightning to get a point. He's at plus 130, and he's hit this consistently. So we'll take both those guys.
There we go. Chris on over to Alninos.
Yeah, just one play for me here. I'll take a small shot on the Blues. Won a couple games coming into this one, but more importantly, it's going to be the rest advantage here for me. I'd love to find a way to back the Oilers here, but again, just haven't been consistent enough, and just think a little bit overpriced at home there. So I think all the value is on the Blues there with that rest advantage.
Yeah, with Alninos, we'll go to Alessandro.
Yeah, I'll touch on this Lightning Stars game. You look at these two goalkeepers expected, Vasilevsky and Ottinger, two big-name goalies. This is an ace-type matchup if you were making a baseball reference here. But you look how Ottinger's been last 5 games, 3.2 goals per game allowed, and 86% save percentage. Not that great. And then you look how Vasilevsky's been only 2 goals allowed per game. And a 919 save percentage, very similar to his season-long numbers, which are slightly better than Ottinger as well. I'll argue he's playing the better hockey right now, and that's enough for me to back the Lightning, especially since the Stars, 2-9 in their last 11 games, not playing very well. Look at the Lightning here, 11-1 in their last 12, 7-1 on the road here. Nice little run here for the Lightning, and I think they continue. Also, look at how they've played in Dallas. 8-3 last 11 meetings in Dallas, all over the Lightning. Shouldn't be a pick'em price, in my opinion. It should be Lightning minus 135. So, yes, all over the Lightning. And Red Wings here is where I'm on. Merlanian is just auto fade. Look at these numbers. 3.4 goals allowed per game in his last 5. A 0.82 save percentage is not – you want it over 0.9, guys. Anytime you get 0.82 save percentage, he's just a turnstile there. Look how Gibson's played for the Red Wings here. 1.8 goals allowed in his last 5 games, averaging, and then a 0.936 save percentage. Again, above that 0.90 save percentage is what you want. Senators have dominated the Red Wings recent history, 6-2 last 8 occurrences or occasions here versus Detroit in Detroit. But Detroit's a different team this year. 6-1 last 7 games, 7-1 at home in their last 8 home games, all over the Red Wings as well. So there's a 2-teamer for you guys. Lightning, Red Wings.
There you go from Vegas. Alessandro there on the NHL. You brought up Ace. I just think of the Boston Red Sox might be your value play in the American League. Crochet and Ranger Suarez, your number 1 and 2 there in Boston. With Bayo in there, Cutter Crawford. They got some arms over there. Keep an eye there. And our man Framber is still out there. Your last good free agent is out there still. Gallon, I don't know. People are trying to pump up Gallon, but wait, pump the brakes on him. I don't know. He still can't.
That's a Yankee acquisition right there. He has Yankees written all over him because they don't know what the hell they're doing.
You think Gallon will end up? You think Gallon's going to end up with the Yankees?
Wouldn't surprise me. They already got this kid Weathers from the Marlins.
Weathers isn't bad. Because Weathers sucked with the Padres, got better with the Marlins, but he gets hurt a lot, though. That's the problem with the Weathers. And he's a warm weather guy. He goes from San Diego to Miami. Now you got to play those April, May games in New York.
That the problem is the park. I'm not going to go on a baseball rant today, but the problem is Yankee Stadium Park.
Well, they're already talking. In New York, once the regular season, there's no playoff teams in New York. All they're talking is baseball now. The Knicks are doing the Knicks type of things with Mark Brown in charge. You knew that was going to happen. All right, we got you through our hockey now. It's time for our parlay pearl segment where our cappers give it a parlay, team player prop, game of the future. They make the call. We start with Chris.
I'll give you a couple of touchdown scores. Didn't make the hit list here. We were talking about the Rams not protecting with the run game there. So I'm going to give you a couple running backs from Chicago. We'll go Kyle Monangai, plus 215 is what I've got. You can take DeAndre Swift and, both of those guys there. And I think Semper Fly was asking for a touchdown earlier. This is a huge long shot. I would not put very much on him, but we've seen that in the past couple of days there. They're going to people that I wouldn't even look at on there. They're scoring touchdowns past couple games yesterday. So give me Tutu Atwell plus 1,900 for a touchdown. He's got one this season. Crazier things have happened. So just sprinkle a little bit on that one.
There we go. Chris, we want over to Al Ninos.
Let's go Magic Raptors. I think it's just a 2-pick today.
2 from Al Ninos. On over to Alessandro.
So I gave you guys a hockey one. I'll repeat it. It was Red Wings and Lightning, little 2-teamer there. If you want to go college basketball, we'll go Washington State on the money line to end the night. And then we'll take all those points with UTSA. That's the ugliest parlay of the day right there.
Ugly Duckling parlay there from Alessandro. Tell you what I like here. Give me the Golden Gottliebs here, plus the points against Oakland with the Magic laying the points and the over in the Raptors and the Lakers. All right, we got you through our parlay pro segment. Now it's time to see what we have for sale over at Tony's Picks. We just gave you all of our free plays on the games, but if you're looking for our best stuff, our premium plays, the one you can put money on, well, you head on over to Tony's Picks, and that's where you're going to find our best bets, all documented records showing top performers here in our industry. Let's take a look, see what Chris has got rolling right now over at Tony's Picks, heading to this big Sunday card for today. Chris, what do you got for sale?
Currently, I have you a best bet in the NFL game today. It's in the Texans game there, but we've got that so far. We'll be watching a few of these NBA lines here, so you may get some late steam action if you're with me long term there. So be looking for that as well. I'm waiting for some information to come through on an NBA game, so I could have you 2 plays out there right now, though. Go grab the playoff game that I've got up on the site there for you. Trying to make a bounce back reset for the week. Up on something long term, we still got a lot of action coming up this week. We have that national championship tomorrow. I will have a plan for that here shortly today, so you can get that early. And then I'll have college basketball with the SEC this week, NBA as it comes in and goes there. Still some NFL as we continue these playoffs here. So I have those 2-for-1 capper. You guys see who's doing well. You see who's on the videos giving you the picks and staying consistent. So pair us up. Let's go to work for you. Use the promo code TonyT at checkout, and we're just going to keep trying to do well.
That's right, guys. Yeah, I'm with Chris over at Tony's Picks. Playoff best bet on the board right now. As you can see, remember, all of our one-day passes are profit guaranteed. They must turn a profit amount purchased will be credited back to your account for site credits. That's profit guarantee. Get on board here with Chris over at Tony's Picks and promo code TonyT. As he said, we'll save you that 15% off. All right, let's take a look, see what's going on over at the site right now. We'll see what El Ninos has got for sale. El Ninos has been seeing the top of the leaderboards here at Tony's Picks here in 2026 here. You can see him right here cranking it up here at 914 units here last year for the 30 days. That's based on a $100 unit wager size. What you got for sale?
A couple plays today. Actually, you got my game of the week there in the NFL. If you want to check that out, my power play in the NHL, as well as an extra play that's hidden somewhere behind the scenes there for all the people on the long term or the 2-for-1 capper passes. So good time to grab one of those, I guess. And I also have my play there in college football there for the national championship. If you want to get that, or again, best way to go is always those long-term 2-for-1 capper passes. Pair me up with your favorite capper and get any Steam plays that I put out late emailed right to you.
That's correct, guys. You got to borrow El Ninos over at Tony's Picks. You can see here that's best on the board right now from El Ninos on the board. But hey, why not get that 3-day pass? Because you got football here today, tomorrow, and of course the Tuesday action as well with the hoops. So get on board with El Ninos long-term subscriptions here on the 3-day pass. Use the promo code TonyT at checkout. Save you that 15% off. Remember, our member plays are in the system by 11 a.m. Eastern time, but we continue to handicap the board, looking for those late plays. Of course, on a long-term subscription, those are emailed right to your inbox using the email used when you sign up for the service. Member plays are in the system by 11 a.m. Eastern time. Those aren't emailed to you, but the late plays are included here on all long-term subscriptions. All right, let's see what Alessandro's got for sale right now over at Tony's Picks for today. Alessandro, what you got?
Well, after the rough college basketball day, I'm not going to put any of those up on the site for today. Still like those free picks I gave out, though. I have so much, though. I have both the NFL games up if you want to scoop those up. I have a 7-pack. Yes, you heard that right. A 7-pack in the NBA. I'm going with a hot hand here. I think I'm number 1 or number 2 in the site last 30 days in NBA action. It's been a cash cow for me. We'll see if this success continues here today. don't worry. I also singled out my best bets if you guys don't want to go crazy like I am today with 7 bets. There's just one NBA best bet. There's also a 3-pack here in hockey for you guys. All 3 NHL games, they're released. Got you guys. But I also singled out a best bet in the NHL. So, yeah, a lot of action today. Go scoop up something long-term as well. The year pass, I'm saying wait till Super Bowl Sunday there. Try to go Super Bowl Sunday to Super Bowl Sunday on that year pass. But obviously 3-day, 7-day, even a 30-day long-term pass, plenty of value. And then let me answer Semper Fly here. First off, I'm on Indiana. There's a freemium. Love Indiana. Lay it with them. Miami, at the end of the day, I worry about the distractions. I know they're in their hometown here. I expect actually more Miami fans to answer your question there, Semper Fly. But we just had a player get robbed at gunpoint and shot at, 3 a.m. the other day for Miami? What the hell are you doing outside of, what are you doing out at night at 3 a.m.? National Championship Day is days away. I don't know if Cristobal has a grip on that team like he says he does. I know Cignetti wouldn't allow that. Bottom line, I think Cignetti outclasses Miami here. Mendoza, I can go on and on. I love Indiana, so there you go. Gave you a full-on answer on why I'm on those Hoosiers. So there you go.
Yeah, this business as usual in Miami. We're just taking this business as usual. That's how it is. Just another game, I guess. There. With Alessandro there. Get on board Alessandro over at Tony's Picks. A lot of plays up there for you guys. But again, instead of buying each play individually, package individually, just get the long-term subscriptions. Alessandro said there, you could see 3-day, 7-day access up to a year all access. Promo code Tony T knocks off 15% off. Match up Alessandro with your favorite capper here with the 2-for-1 capper promotion and go ahead and get signed up. I've got a best bet on the board right now over at Tony's Picks with another play for my long-term subscribers. So get on board with me and get signed up long-term. Also, great value there with you here every day at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. It is the Tony Six Morning Show. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. We greatly appreciate that. And, of course, head on over to our YouTube channel. We have a YouTube channel full of content. I might have mentioned we have 5 live shows here over our network, over our channel, I should say, for you folks. And all of those live shows are interacting in the chat. So you can interact with us here on the chat. And, of course, you head on over to Tony's Picks. You'll find our channel just by typing Tony's Picks in the search console. And if our live streams show up here, we got our compilation videos up there ready. I've got my stuff for college, NBA, as well as NFL up there, compilations as well from the prop list. Chris's hit list is up there for you right now, always on the best way to navigate. Just go to the homepage. We got the playlist set up for you guys to make it easy navigations. Props here from Chris. NHL prop list, NFL prop list, ready to roll. Our NFL playlist is up and rolling to go. We got Alessandro, we got Ramon, myself, Chris in there with some NFL for you today. College football playlist up there, NBA as well. College basketball playlist is up and running with our content for you today here. I've got stuff up there as well as Ramon coming in with plays for you. Alessandro's got packs for you in there as well. So a lot of great content there. Hockey, complete rundown from Alessandro as well as Ramon in the hockey. Fighting coming back, I believe, next week. They were promoting it on the football on Paramount Plus next week, I believe. Also, shorts, all shorts are up there. You can find the clips from the shows as well up there on the short list, guys. So lots of great content up on the channel, guys. So check it out over at Tony's Picks YouTube channel, guys. So check it out up there with lots of great content. Of course, Al Nino's big, Chris, your hit list has been a big hit here on the channel.
Yeah, definitely big hit. I had a lot of interaction this morning already so far on the NHL one, more than the NFL one. But you've got 4 touchdown scorers on the NFL hit list, and you've got 3 goal scorers on the NHL one, just because we had 3 games. Got you 1 from each one of those, plus what I gave you today. Like I always tell you guys, as long as I've got data, you guys will have a video. And as soon as I can get to you to try to answer your questions and everything in the interaction, I try as quickly as I can. I do stay busy. I'll be back on there a little bit more today. It is an off day. So appreciate everybody's comments, everybody's support for that. I like to hear who you guys take. If they look good, I'll tell you guys as well. So keep that interaction going. Like I say, as long as I've got it, you guys will have a video from me every day.
There you go with Chris. So check him out on the hit list, on the props playlist here on the homepage at Tony's Picks YouTube channel. Of course, Al Nino's been a part of the morning show here, do some on-demand as well, but we also see here in the mornings and the reels.
Yeah, definitely mostly morning shows lately, but yeah, keep tuning in the mornings or catch the replays if you can't make it up this early. But meantime, also yeah, go check out all that other great content over at Tony's Picks YouTube channel.
That's right, guys. Live tab here with all of our live shows. We got the morning show every day, 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. Night moves with Ramon and DeAndre, 3 a.m. Eastern time. Complete rundown on the complete card here. So good show for you up there. Of course, to get the first look at the games here with the look ahead with Alessandro here at midnight Eastern time, right when the lines are moving. Get ahead of the line moves with the look ahead with Alessandro. Of course, Alessandro, you host that show, one of the newer shows here on the channel.
Absolutely. 9 p.m. on the West Coast, 12 midnight there on the East Coast. I suggest watching it when it's over. If you couldn't catch it live, watch it here the next day. You'll see a lot of information I'm trying to give out because, again, we're looking ahead. We're here the night before trying to talk on these games. Sometimes I may say a player's out, blah, blah, blah. And then the next day around tip-off, he's playing. That'll be your light bulb moment to possibly fade me there. So I'm not mad at anybody jumping on the other side sometimes of those picks. Again, it's a look-ahead show. We're putting these picks in the day before. So sometimes you're not going to be 100% accurate injury report-wise. But we also try to get ahead of it because sometimes if you can steal some value there, you can. So I don't know. That's the point of the show. Been having a blast doing it. Going to try to go now almost 7 days a week if I can. Saturdays get rough. Sometimes hard to do it. But I had to get on last night for you guys, even after a rough day. Had to discuss Josh Allen. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he needs to get investigated here. That was super suspicious. I don't know. I'll leave it at that.
All right there, guys. Check it out here on the Look Ahead Show with Alessandro. Complete rundown of the games. Look ahead. Sometimes look ahead for the week. Sometimes we get into football ahead. Of course, we're going to have one game after tomorrow with the Super Bowl. We have the Super Bowl props, fights up there coming up. Daily Dangle with Rod here. Complete rundown of the hockey here, 1 p.m. Eastern time. Of course, the happy hour here during the week, Monday through Friday. Your last look at the games before they go off on the happy hour with Rod and company. So check it out here. Tony Speaks YouTube channel. Lots of great content on demand as well. You go back and watch Alessandro's. These are all actionable plays. These games haven't started yet, unless there's a European soccer game in there. But go ahead and check it out there. Look ahead there with Alessandro. Watch it on demand here on the Tony Speaks YouTube channel. All right, guys, with you here every day at 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. It is the Tony Speaks Morning Show. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. We greatly appreciate that. Appreciate you folks in the chat for commenting and joining us here on the show. Semper Fi in there as well. Ron Hahn on his Red Wings in there today, and he's got a best bet on the board as well. Albertino is in there looking at some snowbirds. Anthony Valentini likes the Texans to win. I like that side with the points. Let's see. Cowdog, let's see. Would wish you good luck, but I think she thinks she needs the luck in this game. We'll see. The weather. I think you already have the good luck because you got the bad weather. The weather, luck of the weather there is on your side. For Rams to win a cold weather playoff game will be the first probably in the history of their franchise. I'm just going to say that because I pretty much have studied the history of the team. I've yet to see a cold weather win in a playoff game on the road for this team. I don't think it would be the first if it ever happened. All right, guys, back again tomorrow here live 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. Like, subscribe. Any closing thoughts from you guys before we close it out?
Best of luck. Yeah.
All right, guys, make it a winning one. We're going to wake up. Bye, guys. Make it a winning one. We're back tomorrow here on the